This way. This way.
Valentine.
Cease to persuade my loving Proteus, home-keeping youth of ever homely wits. Were not affection chained thy tender days to the sweet glance of honoured love, I rather would entreat thy company to see the wonders of the world abroad, than living dully sluggardized at home, wear out thy youth with shapeless idleness. But as thou loves still, and thrives therein, even as I would when I to love begin.
Wilt thou be gone, sweet Valentine?
Adieu!
Think on thy Proteus when thou haply seest some rare noteworthy object in thy travels. Wish me partaker in thy happiness when thou dost meet good hap, and in thy danger, if ever danger do environ thee, commend thy grievance to my holy prayers, for I shall be thy beatsman, Valentine.
And on a love book pray for my success.
Upon some book I love, I'll pray for thee.
That's on some shallow story of deep love, how young Leander crossed the Hellespont.
That's a deep story of a deeper love, for he was more than over shoes in love.
'Tis true. And you're over boots in loving. You never swam the Hellespont.
Over the boots?
Nah.
Give me not the boots.
I will not, for it boots thee not.
What?
To be in love, where scorn is bought with groans, coy looks with heart sore sighs, one fading moment's mirth with 20 watchful, weary, tedious nights. If haply won, perhaps a hapless gain. If lost, well, in a tedious labour won, or else a folly bought with wit, or else a wit in folly vanquished.
So, by your circumstance, you call me fool.
So, by your circumstance, I fear you're proved.
'Tis love you cavil at. I am not love.
Love is your master, for he masters you. And he that is so yoked by a fool, methinks should not be chronicled for wise.
Yet, writers say, as in the sweetest bud the eating canker dwells, so eating love inhabits in the finest wits of all.
Yet writers say, as the most forward bud is eaten by the canker-headed blows, even so by love, the young and tender wit is turned to folly, blasting in the bud, losing its verdure even in the prime and all the fair effects of future hopes. But wherefore waste my time to counsel thee that art a votary to fond desire? Once more adieu. My father of the road expects my coming there to see me shipped.
And thither will I bring thee, Valentine.
Sweet Proteus, no. Now let us take our leave. To minute let me hear of thee by letters of thy success in love, and what news out decideth here in absence of thy friend. And likewise, I will visit thee with mine.
All happiness perchance to thee in Miller.
As much to you at home. And so farewell.
He after honour hunts, I after love. He leaves his friends to dignify them more. I leave myself, my friends, and all for love. Thou, Julia, thou hast metamorphosed me, made me neglect my studies, lose my time, war with good counsel, set the world at naught, made wit with musing weak, heart sick with thought.
Sir Proteus, say
didn't, saw you, my master.
But now he parted hence to embark for Miller.
Oh, 20 to 1 then he's shipped already. And I played the sheep in losing him.
Indeed. A sheep doth very often stray, and if the shepherd be a while away.
You conclude that my master is a shepherd then and I a sheep?
I do.
Why then, my horns are his horns, whether I wake or sleep.
A silly answer, and fitting well, a sheep.
This proves me still a sheep.
True, and thy master a shepherd.
Ah, nay, that I can deny by a circumstance.
It shall go hard, but I shall prove it by another.
The shepherd seeks the sheep, and not the sheep the shepherd. But I seek my master, and my master seeks not me, therefore I am no sheep.
The sheep for fodder follows the shepherd. The shepherd for food follows not the sheep. Thou for wages followest thy master. Thy master for wages follows not thee, therefore thou art a sheep.
Such another proof will make you cry, bah!
But Bassantia, gavest thou my letter to Julia?
I, sir. I, a lost mutton, gave your letter to her, a laced mutton, and she, a laced mutton, gave me a lost mutton. Nothing for my labour.
It's too small a pasture for such a store of muttons.
If the ground be overcharged, you were best sticker.
Nay, in that you are astray, 'twere best pound you.
Oh, nay, sir, less than a pound shall serve me for carrying your letter.
No, you mistake. I mean the pound, a pinfold.
From a pound to a pin? Folded over and over, 'tis threefold too little for carrying a letter to your lover.
What said she? Not.
I.
Not I. Not I. Why, that's noddy.
You mistook, sir. I say she did not, and you ask me if she did not, and I say I.
And that, said together, is noddy.
Now you've taken the pains to set it together, take it for your pain.
No, you shall have it for bearing the letter.
Well, I perceive I must fain be to bear with you.
Why, sir, how do you bear with me?
Marry, sir, the letter very orderly, having nothing but the word noddy for my pains.
Beshrew me, but you have a quick wit.
And yet it cannot overtake your slow purse.
Yeah, come, open the matter in brief. What said she?
Open your purse, that the matter and the money may both be at once delivered.
Well, sir, here is for your pains. What said she?
Truly, sir, I think you'll hardly win her.
What? Couldn't I perceive so much from her?
Sir, I could perceive nothing at all from her. No, not so much as a ducat for delivering your letter. And being so hard to me that brought your mind, I fear she'll prove as hard to you in telling your mind. Give her no token but stones, for she's as cold as steel.
What? Said she nothing?
No! Not so much as a take this for thy pains. To testify your bounty, you have testurned me. I thank you, in requital whereof, henceforth carry your letters yourself. Oh, and so, sir, I'll commend you to my master.
Go be gone, to save your ship from wreck, which cannot perish having thee aboard, being destined to a drier death on shore. I must go send some better messenger. I fear my Julie will not deign my lines, receiving them from such a worthless post.
Say, Lieutenant, wouldn't thou be... Oh. Madam, over here, madam. Over here, madam. Oh,
Say, Lucetta, now that we are alone, wouldst thou then counsel me to fall in love?
Ay, madam, so you stumble not unheedfully.
Of all the fair resort of gentlemen that every day with parley encounter me, in thy opinion, who is worthiest love?
Please you, repeat their names. I'll show my mind according to my shallow, simple skill.
What thinkest thou of the fair Sir Eglamour?
As of a knight well spoken, neat and fine. But where are you? He never should be mine.
And what thinkest thou of the rich Mercatio?
Well of his wealth, but of himself so-so.
And What thinkest thou of the gentle Sir Proteus?
Lord, Lord, to see what folly reigns in us.
How now? What means this passion at his name?
Pardon, madam, 'tis a passing shame that I, unworthy body as I am, should censure thus on lovely gentlemen.
And why not on him as of all the rest?
Then thus, of many good, I think him best.
Your reason?
I have no other but a woman's reason.
And
I think him so because I think him so.
Would thou have me cast my love on him?
Aye, if you thought your love not cast away.
Why, he of all the rest hath never moved me.
I hear of all the rest, I think best loves you.
His little speaking shows his love but small.
Fire that's closest kept burns most of all.
They do not love that do not show their
Oh,
love.
they love least that let men know their love.
Oh, I would I knew his mind.
Peruse this paper, madam.
To Julia. Say from whom?
That the contents will show.
Say who gave it thee.
Valentine's page, and sent, I think, from Proteus. He would have given it you, but I, being in the way, did in your name receive it. Pardon the fault, I pray.
By my modesty. Goodly broker, dare you presume to harbour wanton lines, to whisper and conspire against my youth? Now trust me, 'tis an office of great offence, and you an officer fit for the place. Here, take the paper, see it be returned, or else return no more to my sight.
To plead for love deserves more fee than hate.
Will you be gone?
That you may ruminate.
Yet I would I had overlooked the letter. 'Twere a shame to call her back again, and pray her to a fault for which I chid her. What a fool is she that knows that I am a maid, and would not force the letter to my view, since maids in modesty say no to that which they would have the profferer construe I. Fie! Fie, how wayward is this foolish love, that like a testy babe would scratch the nurse, and presently, all humbled, kiss the rod. How churlishly I tribute her to hence, and willingly I would have had her here. How angrily I taught my brow to frown, when inward joy enforced my heart to smile. My penance is to call Lucetta back, and ask remission for my folly past. What ho, Lucetta!
What would your ladyship?
'Tis at near dinner time.
I would it were, that you might kill your stomach on your meat, and not upon your maid.
What is it that you picked up so gingerly?
Nothing.
Why didst thou stoop then?
To take a paper up that I let fall.
Is that paper nothing?
Nothing concerning me.
Well then, let it lie for those that it concerns.
Madam, it will not lie where it concerns, unless it have a false interpreter.
Had some love of yours writ to you in rhyme?
That I might sing it, madam, to a tune. Give me a note. Your ladyship consent.
My little less such toys as may be possible. Best sing it in the tune of Light, O Love.
It is too heavy for so light a tune.
Heavy? Belike it has some burden then.
I am melodious were it, would you sing it?
And why not you?
I cannot reach so high.
Let me see your song. Oh, now, minion!
Keep tune there still, so you will sing it out. And yet methinks I do not like this tune.
You do not?
No, madam, it is too sharp.
And you, minion, are too saucy.
Nay, now you are too flat, and rather concord with too harsh a descant. There wanteth but a mean to fill your song.
The mean is drowned by your unruly bass.
Indeed, I bid the bass for Proteus.
This babble shall not henceforth trouble me. Here is a coil of protestation. Go, get you gone, or else return no more to my sight.
She makes it strange, but she would be best pleased to be so angered with another letter.
Nay, when I was so angered with the same. Hateful hands, to tear such loving words. Oh, injurious wasps to feed on such sweet honey, and kill the bees that yielded with your stings. I will kiss each several piece for amends. Look, here is writ, kind Julia, unkind Julia, as in revenge of thy ingratitude, I throw thy name against the bruising stones, trampling contemptuously Twice-writ, love-wounded Proteus, poor wounded knave, my bosom as a bed, shall lodge thee till my wound be thoroughly healed, and thus I search it with a sovereign kiss. Oh, be calm, good wind, blow not a word away, till I have found each letter in the letter. Except mine own name, that some whirlwind bear into a ragged, fearful rock, and throw it thence into the raging sea. But lo, here in one line is his name twice writ. Poor forlorn Proteus, passionate Proteus, to the sweet Julia, that I'll tear away. And yet I will not, since so prettily he couples it to his complaining names. Thus I will fold it one upon another. Oh, now kiss, oh, embrace, content, do what you will.
Madam, dinner is ready and your father stays.
Well, let us go then.
What, shall these papers lie like telltales here?
If you respect them, best take them up.
Nay, I was taken up for laying them down. Yet here they shall not lie for catching cold.
I see you have a man's mind to them.
Aye, madam. You may say what sights you see. I see things too, although you judge I wink.
Come, come. Will it please you go?
Tell me, Panthino, what sad talk was that wherewith my brother held you in the cloister?
'Twas of his nephew Proteus, your son.
Why, what of him?
He wondered that your lordship would suffer him to spend his youth at home, while other men of slender reputation put forth their sons to seek preferment out, some to the wars to try their fortunes there, some to discover islands far away, some to the studious universities. He said that for any, or for all these exercises, that Proteus your son was meet, and did request me to importune you that you would suffer him to spend his time no more at home, which would be great impeachment to his age in having known no travel in his youth.
Nor needst thou much importune me to that whereon this month I have been hammering. I have considered well his loss of time, and how he cannot be a perfect man, not being tried and tutored in the world. Experience is by industry achieved, and perfected by the swift course of time. Then tell me, whither were I best to send him?
I think your lordship is not ignorant how his companion, youthful Valentine, attends the emperor in his royal court.
I know it well.
So good, I think your lordship sent him thither. There shall he practice tilts and tournaments, hear sweet discourse, converse with noblemen, and be in eye of every exercise, worthy his youth and nobleness of birth.
I like thy counsel. Well hast thou advised. And that thou mayst perceive how well I like it, the execution of it shall make known. Even with the speediest expedition, I will dispatch him to the emperor's court.
Tomorrow, may it please you, Don Alfonso and other men of good esteem are journeying to salute the emperor, and to commend their service to his will.
Good company. With them shall Proteus go. And in good time, now will we break with him.
Sweet love! Sweet line, sweet life! Here is her hand, the agent of her heart. Here is her oath for love, her honour's pawn. Oh, that our fathers would applaud our loves, to seal our happiness with their consents. Oh, heavenly Julia.
Now, what letter are you reading there?
Oh, may it please your lordship, 'tis a word or two of commendations sent from Valentine, delivered by a friend that came from him.
Lend me the letter. Let me see what news.
There is no news, my lord, but that he writes how happily he lives, how well beloved, and daily graced by the emperor. wishing me with him partner of his fortune.
And how stand you affected to his wish?
As one relying on your lordship's will and not depending on his friendly wish.
My will is something sorted with his wish. Muse not that I thus suddenly proceed, for what I will, and there an end. I am resolved that thou shalt spend some time with Valentinus in the Emperor's court.
My lord!
What maintenance he from his friends receives, like exhibition you shall have from me. Tomorrow, be in readiness to go.
Tomorrow?
Excuse it not, for I am parent.
My lord, I cannot so soon be provided. Please, you deliberate a day or two.
Look, what thou wantest shall be sent after thee. No more of stay. Tomorrow thou must go. Come on, Pantino. You shall be employed to hasten on his expedition.
Thus have I shunned the fire for fear of burning, and drench me in the sea where I am drowned. I feared to show my father's Julius letter lest he take exceptions to my love, and with the vantage of mine own excuse have he accepted most against my love.
Oh, how this spring of love resembleth the uncertain glory of an April day, which now shows all the beauty of the sun, and by a cloud takes all away.
Sir Proteus, your father calls for you. He is in haste, therefore I pray you go.
Why, this is it. My heart accords thereto, and yet 1,000 times it answers no. Not mine, my gloves are on.
Why then, it's maybe yours, for this is but one.
Aye, let me see. Aye, give it me, it's mine. Sweet ornament that decks a thing divine. Oh, Sylvia. Sylvia.
Madam Sylvia, Madam Sylvia!
How now, sirrah?
Oh, she's not within hearing, sir.
Why so? Bade you call her?
Oh, your worship, sir, else I mistook.
Well, you still be too forward.
Oh, and yet I'm plaster chipped for being too slow.
Go to, sir. Tell me, do you know my Lady Sylvia?
She that your worship loves.
Why, how know you that I'm in love?
Married by these special marks. Ha-ha! First, woo! You have learned, like Sir Proteus, to wreathe your arms like a malcontent, to relish a love song like a robin redbreast, to walk alone like one that has the pestilence, to sigh like a schoolboy that has lost his ABC, to weep like a young wench that had buried her granddam, to fast like one that takes diet, to watch like one that fears robbing, to speak puling like a beggar at Hallowman. Ha! You were wont, when you laughed, to crow like a cock.
Oh.
When you walked like one of the lions. When you fasted, it was presently after dinner.
Huh.
And when you looked sadly, it was for want of money. Ha! And now, you are metamorphosed with a mistress that when I look on you, I can hardly think you my master.
Are all these things perceived in me?
They are all perceived without you.
Without me, they cannot.
Without you? Nay, that's for certain. For without you, who were so simple, none else would. But you are so without these follies, that these follies are within you and shine through you like the water in a urinal. but not an eye that sees you, but it's a physician to comment on your malady.
But tell me, dost thou know my lady Sylvia?
She that you gaze on so as she sits at supper.
Hast thou observed that? Even she, I mean.
Why, sir, I know her not.
What? You know her by my gazing on her, and yet know her not?
Is she not hard favoured, sir?
Not so fair, boy, as well favoured.
Ah, sir, I know that well enough.
What do you know?
That she's not so fair as of you, well favoured.
I mean that her beauty is exquisite and her favour infinite.
That's because the one is painted and the other out of all count.
How painted and how out of count?
Marry, sir, so painted to make her fair that no man counts of her beauty.
Well, how esteems thou me? I account of her beauty.
You never saw her since she was deformed.
How long has she been deformed?
Ever since you loved her.
I have loved her ever since I saw her, and still I see her beautiful.
If you love her, you cannot see her.
Why?
Because love is blind.
Oh.
Oh, that you had mine eyes, or your own eyes had the lights of a want to have when you chid its approaches for going ungartered.
What would I see then?
Your own present folly and her passing deformity. But for him, being in love, he could not see to garter his hose. And you, being in love, cannot see to put on your hose.
Aha! Belike, boy, then you are in love. For last morning you could not see to wipe my shoes.
Ah, true, sir. I was in love with my bed. I thank you, sir, you swinged me for my love. It makes me the bolder to chide you for yours.
In conclusion, I stand affected to her.
I would you a set so your affection would cease.
Last night she had joined me to write some lines to the one she loves.
And have you?
I have.
Are they not lamely writ?
No, boy, but as well as I can do them. Peace. Here she comes.
Oh, excellent motion. Oh, exceeding puppet. Ha! Now will he interpret to her.
Madam, mistress, 1,000 good morrows.
Give me good even, here's a million a man.
Sir Valentine and servant, to you 2,000.
He should give her interest, but she gives it to him.
As you enjoined me, I writ a letter to the secret nameless friend of yours, which I was much unwilling to proceed in, but for my duty to your ladyship.
I thank you, gentle servant. 'Tis very clerkly done.
No, trust me, madam, it came hardly off, for being ignorant to whom it goes, I wrote at random, very doubtfully.
Perchance you think too much of so much pains.
No, madam. So instead you, please you command, I'll write 1,000 times as much. And yet...
A pretty period. Well, I guess the sequel. And yet I will not name it. And yet I care not. And yet, take this again. And yet I thank you, meaning henceforth to trouble you no more.
And yet you will, and yet another yet.
What means your ladyship? Do you not like it?
Yes, yes. The lines are very quaintly writ. But since unwillingly, take them again. Nay, take them.
Madam, they are for you.
Aye. You writ them, sir, at my request. But I will none of them. They are for you. I would have had them writ more movingly.
Please you. I'll write your ladyship another.
And when it's writ, for my sake, read it over. And if it please you, so. If not, why, so.
If it please me, madam? Why, what then?
Why, if it please you, take it for your labour. And so, good morrow, servant.
Oh, just unseen. Ha! Inscrutable, invisible as the nose on a man's face or the weathercock on a steeple. My master sues to her, and she had taught her suitor, he being her pupil, to become her tutor. Ha! Oh, excellent device. Was there ever heard a better? That my master, being scribe, to himself should write the letter.
How now, sirrah? What are you doing, reasoning with yourself?
Nay, sir, I was rhyming. 'Tis you that have the reason.
To do what?
To be a spokesman from Madam Sylvia.
To whom?
To yourself. Why, she woos you by a figure.
What figure?
By a letter, I should say.
Why, she has not writ to me.
What need she when she'd made you write to yourself? What, do you not perceive the jest?
No, believe me.
No, believing you indeed, sir. But did you find her earnest?
She gave me none, except an angry word.
Why, she had given you a letter.
That's the letter I writ to her friend.
And that letter has she delivered, and there an end.
Oh, I would it were no worse.
I warrant you 'tis as well. For often have you writ to her, and she in modesty, or else for want of idle time, could not again reply, or, fearing else some messenger that might her mind discover, herself hath taught her love himself to write unto her lover. Oh, all this I speak in print, for in print I found it. Why muse you, sir? 'Tis dinner time.
I have dined.
Oh. But hearken, sir. Though the chameleon love can feed on air, I am one that am nourished by my victuals and would fain have meat. Oh, be not like thy mistress. Be moved, be moved.
Patience, gentle
I
Julia.
must, there is no remedy.
When possibly I can, I will return.
If you return not, you will return the sooner. Here. Take this remembrance for thy Julia's sake.
Why then? We'll make exchange. Here. Take you this.
And seal the bargain with a holy kiss.
Here is my hand for my true constancy. And when that hour, oh, slips me in the day, wherein I sigh not, Julia, for thy sake, the next ensuing hour some foul mischance torments me for my love's forgetfulness. My father stays my coming. Answer not. The tide is now. Nay, not the tide of tears. That tide will stay me longer than I should. Julia, farewell. What? Gone without a word? Aye, so true love should do. It cannot speak, for truth hath better deeds than words to grace it.
Sir Proteus, you are stayed for.
Go! I come. Alas, this parting strikes poor lovers dumb.
Nay, will be this hour ere I have done weeping, for all the kind of the nonsense hath this very fault. I think my dog Crab be the sourest natured dog that lives. Why, 'tis true. Why, my mother weeping, my father wailing, my sister crying, our maid howling, our cat wringing her hands, and all our house in great perplexity. Yet did not this cruel-hearted cur shed a single tear. He is a stone, a very pebble stone, and hath no more pity in him than a dog. A Jew would have wept to have seen our parting. Why, our granddam, being blind, look you, wept herself blind at our parting. Nay, I will show you the manner of it. This shoe shall be my father. No, this left shoe. No. This left shoe shall be my mother, for it hath the worser soul. This shall be my mother, and this my father. Now, sirs, this staff might be my sister. For look you, she is as white as a lily, and as thin as a wand. This hat shall be Nan, our maid. Now, come I to my father. Oh, should not the shoe speak a word for weeping? Father, your blessing speaks not a word. Well, I kiss him. He weeps on. Now come I to my mother. Oh, that she could speak like an old woman. Well, I kiss her. Aye, 'tis my mother's breath up and down. Now come I to my sister, to the maid, and mark what a moan they make. The dog all this while sheds not a tear nor speaks a word. But see how I lay the dust with my tears.
Lord, away aboard. Thy master is shipped, and thou art to post after with oars. What's the matter, my weepest thou, man? Away, ass, you'll lose the tide if you tarry any longer.
It's no matter if I lose the tide, for it is the unkindest tide that ever was tied here.
What's the unkindest tide?
He that's tied here, Crab, my dog.
Tough man, I mean they'll lose the flood. And in losing the flood, lose thy voyage. And in losing the voyage, lose thy master. And in losing that... Why dost thou stop my tongue?
But here thou wouldst lose thy tongue.
Why shall I lose my tongue?
In thy tail.
In my tail?
Lose the tide, and the voyage, and the master, and the service. Why, man, if the river were dry, I'd fill it with my tears. If the wind were down, I could drive the boat with my tears.
Come, man, I was sent to call thee.
Sir, call me what thou darest.
Wilt thou go?
Oh, I will go. I will go. Yes, sir.
Servant.
Mistress.
Master, Sir Thurio frowns on you.
Aye, boy. It's for love.
Not of you.
Of my mistress, then.
'Twere good you knocked him.
Servant, you are sad.
Indeed, madam, I seem so. Seem you that you are not. Happily I do. Well, so do counterfeits. So do you. Oh, and what seem I that I am not? Wise. Well, what instance of the contrary? Your folly. Well, how quote you my folly? I quote it in your jerkin. Ah, well, my jerkin is a doublet. Why, then I'll double your folly. How?
What? Angry, Sir Thurio? Do you change colour?
Give him leave, madam. He's a kind of chameleon. I've more mind to feed on your blood than live in your air. You have said, sir. Aye, undone so for the time. I know it well, sir.
You always end ere you begin.
A fine volley of words, gentlemen, and quickly shut off.
'Tis indeed, madam. We thank the giver.
Who is that servant?
Yourself, sweet lady, for you gave the fire. Sir Thurio borrows his wit from your lady's looks, and spends what he borrows kindly in your company.
If you spend word for word with me, sir, I shall make your wit bankrupt.
I know it well, sir. You have an exchequer of words, and I think no other treasure to give your followers, for it appears by their bare liveries that they live by your bare words.
No more, gentlemen, no more. Here comes my father.
Now, daughter Sylvia, you are hard beset. Sir Valentine, your father is in good health. What say you to a letter from your friends of much good news?
My lord, I would be thankful for any happy messenger from hence.
Know you Don Antonio, your countryman?
Ay, my good lord. I know the man to be of worth and worthy estimation, and not without desert, so I'll repute it.
Hath he not a son?
Ay, my good lord. A son that deserves the honour and regard of such a father.
You know him well?
I know him as myself. For from our infancy we have conversed and spent our hours together. And though I have been an idle truant, omitting the sweet benefits of time to clothe mine age with angel-like perfection, yet has Sir Proteus, for that's his name, made fair use and great advantage of his days. His years but young, but his experience old. His head unmellowed, but his judgment ripe. And in a word, for far behind my words come all the praises that I now bestow, he is complete in feature and in mind, with all good grace to grace a gentleman.
Beshrew me, sir, but if he make this good, he is as worthy of an empress' love as meet to be an emperor's counsellor. Well, sir, this gentleman is come to me with commendation from great potentates, and here he means to spend his time a while. I think 'tis no unwelcome news to you.
Should I have wished a thing, it had been he.
Welcome him, then, according to his worth. I speak to you, Sylvia, and to you, Sir Thurio. For Valentine, I need not cite him to it. I'll send him hither to you presently.
Mistress,
Let's find a
this is the gentleman I told your ladyship would have come along with me, but that his mistresses hold his eyes locked in her crystal looks.
Belike that now she hath enfranchised them upon some other pawn for fealty.
Nay, sure, I think she holds them prisoners still.
Nay, then he should be blind. And being blind, how could he see his way to seek out you?
Why, lady, love has 20 pair of eyes.
They say that love had not an eye at all.
To see such love as Thurio as yourself, upon a homely object, love can wink.
Have done. Here comes the gentleman.
Valentine!
Welcome, dear Proteus!
Madam, I beseech you, confirm his welcome with some special favour.
His worth is welcome for his warrant hither, if this be he you oft have wished to hear from.
Mistress it is, sweet lady.
Entertain to be my fellow servant to your ladyship.
Too low a mistress for so high a servant.
Not so, sweet lady, but too mean a servant to have a look from such a worthy mistress.
Leave off discourse of disability. Sweet lady, entertain him for your servant.
My duty will I boast of, nothing else.
And duty never yet did want his meed. Servant, you are welcome to a worthless mistress.
I'll die on him that says so much yourself.
That you are welcome.
That you are worthy.
Madam,
My lord, your father would speak with you.
I wait upon his pleasure. Come, Sir Thurio, go with me. Once more, new servant, welcome. I'll leave you to confer of home affairs. When you have done, we look to hear from you.
We'll both attend upon your ladyship.
Now tell me, how do all from whence you came?
Huh? Oh, your friends are well and have them much commended.
And how are yours?
I left them all in health.
And how's your lady? How thrives your love?
Oh, my tales of love will want to weary you. I know you joy not in a love discourse.
Aye, Proteus. That life is altered now. I have done penance for contemning love, whose high imperious thoughts have punished me with bitter fasts, with penitential groans, with nightly tears and daily heart-sore sighs. For in revenge of my contempt of love, love has chased sleep from my enthralled eyes and made them watchers of my own heart's sorrow. Gentle Proteus, love's a mighty lord that has so humbled me as I confess there is no woe to his correction, nor to his service no such joy on earth. Now no discourse, unless it be of love. Now can I break my fast, dine, sup, sleep upon the very naked name of love.
Enough! I read your fortune in your eye. Was this the idol that you worship so?
Even she. And is she not a heavenly saint?
No, but she is a earthly paragon.
Call her divine?
I will not flatter her.
Flatter me, for love delights in praises.
When I was sick, you gave me bitter pills, and I must minister the like to you.
Well, if not divine, then speak the truth by her. Let her be a principality sovereign to all the creatures on the earth.
Except my mistress.
Sweet except, not any except that will accept against my love.
Have I not reason to prefer mine own?
And I will happy to prefer her too. She shall be dignified with this high honour, to bear my lady's train, lest the base earth should from her vesture chance to steal a kiss. And from so good a favour growing proud, disdain to root the summer swelling flower, and give rough winter everlastingly.
Why, Valentine, what braggadism is this?
Forgive me, Proteus. All I am is nothing to her whose worth makes other worthies nothing. She is alone.
Then let her alone.
Not for the world, why man, she is mine own, and I as rich for having such a jewel as 20 seas. If all the sands were pearls, the water nectar, and the rocks pure gold. Forgive me that I do not dream on thee, because thou seest me dote upon my love. My foolish rival, who her father likes, only that his possessions are so huge, has gone along with her before I must after. For as thou knows, love is full of jealousy.
But she loves you?
Aye. We are betrothed. Nay more, our marriage hour, with all the cunning manner of our flight, agreed on. How I must climb her window, the ladder made of cord, and all the means plotted and agreed on for my happiness. Good Proteus, go with me to my chamber to advise me in these matters with thy counsel.
Go on before I shall inquire you for. I must unto the road to disembark some necessaries that I needs must use, and then I'll presently attend you.
Will you make haste?
I will! I will! I will. Even as one heat another heat expels, or as one nail by strength drives out another, so the remembrance of my former love is by a newer object quite forgotten. Is it mine eye? Or Valentine's praise, her true perfection, or my false transgression that makes me reason thus to reason thus? Oh, she is fair, and so is Julia. Julia, that I love. That I did love. For now my love has thawed, which like a waxen image gainst a fire bears no impression of the thing it was. Oh, methinks my zeal to Valentine is cold, and that I love him not as I was wont. Oh, but I love his lady too much, and that's the reason I love him so little. How to dote on her with more advice, that thus without advice begin to love her? Oh, 'tis but a picture I have yet beheld, and that a dazzle Basiled, mine reason's light. Oh, Proteus. But when I look upon her true perfections, there is no reason but I shall be blind. If I can check my erring love, I will. If not, to compass her, I'll use my skill.
Forswear not thy wealth, sweet youth, for I know that I am not welcome. I hold this always, that a man is never undone till he be hanged, nor ne'er welcome to a place until some certain shot hath changed hands. And the hostess cry, welcome!
Come on, you madcap! I'll to the alehouse with you presently, where for 1 short of 5 pence I shall have 5,000 welcomes. But tell me, sirrah, how did thy master part with Madam Julia?
After they had closed in earnest, they parted very fairly in jest.
But shall she marry him?
No.
How then shall he marry her?
No, neither.
What, are they broken?
No, they're both as whole as fish.
Well, how stands the matter with them?
Why, marry, when it stands well with her, it stands well with him.
What an ass art thou, I understand thee not.
What an ass thou art that thou canst not. Why, my staff understands me.
What thou sayest?
And what I do. Look, I do but lean, and it doth understand me.
Stand under thee indeed.
Oh, understand and stand under it all one.
But tell me too, wilt be a match?
Ask my dog. If he say aye, it will. If he say nay, it will. If he but sit and wag his tail, why, it will.
The conclusion is then that it will.
Thou shalt never get such a secret from me, but by a parable.
'Tis well that I get it so. But Launce, how sayest thou that my master has become a notable lover?
I never knew him otherwise.
Then how?
Than as a notable lover, as thou reportst him to be.
Oh, mistake the word. Thou mistakest me.
Thou mistakest me. I meant thee, not thy master.
I tell thee, my master has become a hot lover.
And I tell thee, I care not, though he burn himself in love. Now wilt thou go with me to the alehouse? If not, thou art a Hebrew and Jew and not worthy of the name of Christian.
Oh, why?
Because thou wilt not go to the ale with a Christian. Wilt thou go?
At thy service?
Right, come, Gran. Come. To the alehouse, yes.
To leave my Julia shall I be forsworn. To love fair Sylvia shall I be forsworn. To wrong my friend I shall be much forsworn. And e'en that power which gave me first my oath provokes me to this threefold perjury. Love bade me swear, and love bids me forswear. O sweet suggesting love, if thou hast sinned, teach me thy tempted subject to excuse it. At first I did adore a twinkling star, but now I worship a celestial sun. Unheedful vows may heedfully be broken, and he wants wit that once resolved will, to learn his wit, exchange bad for better. Fie, unreverent tongue to call her bad, whose sovereignty so oft thou hast preferred with 20,000 soul-confirming oaths. I cannot leave to love, and yet I do. But that I leave to love, or I should love. Julia I lose, and Valentine I lose. If I keep them, I needs must lose myself. If I lose them, thus find I by their loss, for Valentine, myself, for Julia, Sylvia. I am to myself much dearer than a friend, for love is still most precious in itself. And Sylvia, witness heaven that made her fair, shows Julia but a swarthy Ethiop. I will forget that Julia is alive, remembering that my love to her is dead, and Valentine I'll hold an enemy, aiming at Sylvia as a sweeter friend. Well, I cannot now prove constant to myself without some treachery used to Valentine. This night he meaneth with a corded ladder to climb celestial Sylvia's chamber window, myself in counsel, his competitor. Now presently I'll give her father notice of their disguising and pretended flight, who, all enraged, will banish Valentine. For Thurio, he intends, shall wed his daughter. But Valentine being gone, well, I'll quickly cross by some sly trick blunt Thurio's dull proceeding. Love, lend me wings to make my purpose swift, as thou hast lent me wit to plot this drift.
Counsel, Lucetta, gentle girl, assist me, and even in kind love I do conjure thee to lessen me. Tell me some good mean, how with my honour I may undertake a journey to my loving Sir Proteus.
Alas, the way is wearisome and long.
A true devoted pilgrim is not weary to measure kingdoms with his feeble steps. Much less shall she that hath love's wings to fly. And when the flight is made to one so dear, of such divine perfection as Sir Proteus.
Better forbear till Proteus make return.
Oh, knowest thou not his looks are my soul's food? Pity the dearth that I have pined in by longing for that food so long a time. Didst thou but know the inly touch of love, thou wouldst as soon go kindle fire with snow as to seek to quench the fire of love with words.
I do not seek to quench your love's hot fire, but qualify the fire's extreme rage, lest it should burn above the bounds of reason.
The more thou dammest it up, the more it burns. The current, that with gentle murmur glides, thou knowest being stopped impatiently doth rage. When his fair course does not hinder it, he makes sweet music with the enamelled stones, giving a gentle kiss to every sedge he overtaketh in his pilgrimage. So by many winding nooks he strays, with willing sport the wild ocean. So let me go, and hinder not my course. I will be as patient as a gentle stream, making a pastime of each weary step, until the last step hath brought me to my love. And there I will rest, as after much turmoil, a blessed soul doth in Elysium.
But in what habit will you go along?
Not like a woman, For I would prevent the loose encounters of lascivious men. Gentle Lucetta, fit me with such weeds as may beseem a well-reputed page.
Why, then your ladyship must cut your hair.
No, girl. I'll tie it up in silken strings, with 20 odd conceited true love knots. To be fantastic may become a youth of greater time than I shall show to be.
But what fashion, madam, shall I make your breeches?
That fits as well as, tell me, good my lord, in what compass shall I wear my farthingale? Why, even what fashion thou best likes, Lucetta?
You must needs have them with a codpiece, madam.
Oh, out, Lucetta, that will be ill-favoured.
A round hose now's not worth the pin unless you have a codpiece to stick pins in.
Lucetta, as thou lovest me, let me have what thou think most meet and mannerly. Tell me, wench, how will the world repute me for taking on so unsaid a journey? I fear me I'll be scandalized.
If you think so, then stay at home and go not.
Nay, that I will not.
Then never dream on infamy, but go. If Proteus like your journey when you come, no matter who's displeased when you are gone, I fear me he will scarce be pleased with all.
Lucetta, that is the least of my fears. 1,000 oaths, an ocean of his tears, and instances of infinite of love warrant me welcome to my Proteus.
All these are servants of deceitful men.
Base men that use them to so base effect. The truest stars that govern Proteus's birth. His words are bonds, his oaths are oracles, his thoughts immaculate, his love sincere, his tears pure messengers sent from his heart, and his heart as far from fraud as heaven from earth.
Pray heaven he prove so when you come to him.
Sir, as thou lovest me, do him not that wrong to bear hard opinion of his truth. Only deserve my love by loving him. Now come, go with me to my chamber to take note of what I stand in need of, to furnish me on my longing journey. All that is mine I leave in thy dispose. My goods, my land, my reputation. Only in lieu thereof, dispatch me hence. Come, answer not to it presently. I am impatient of my tarriance.
Sir Thurio, give us leave, I pray, a while. We have some secrets to confer about. Now tell me, Proteus, what's your will with me?
My gracious lord, that which I would discover, the law of friendship bids me to conceal. But when I call to mind your gracious favours, done to me, undeserving as I am, my duty pricks me on to utter that which else no worldly good should draw from me. Know, worthy prince, Sir Valentine, my friend, this knight intends to steal away your daughter. Myself am one made privy to the plot. I know that you have intended to bestow her on Thurio, whom your gentle daughter hates. And should she thus be stolen away from you, it would prove much vexation to your age. Thus, for my duty's sake, I rather choose to cross my friend in his intended drift, than by concealing it, heap on your head a pack of sorrows, which would press you down, being unprevented, to a timeless grave.
Sir Proteus, I thank thee for thine honest care, which to requite, command me while I live. This love of theirs myself have often seen, haply when they have judged me fast asleep, and oftentimes have purposed to forbid Sir Valentine her company and my court. Yet fearing that my jealous aim might err, and so unworthily disgrace the man, a rashness that I ever yet have shunned, I gave him gentle looks, thereby to find that which thyself hast now disclosed to me. And that thou mayest perceive my fear of this, knowing that tender youth is soon suggested, I nightly lodge her in an upper story, the key whereof myself have ever kept, and thence she cannot be conveyed away.
No, noble lord, they have devised a mean. how he her chamber window will ascend, and with a corded ladder fetch her down, for which the youthful lover now is gone. And this way comes he with it presently, where, if it please you, you may intercept him. But, good my lord, do it so cunningly that my discovery be not aimed at, for love of you, not hate unto my friend, hath made me publisher of this pretence.
Upon mine honour, he shall never know that I had any light of this from thee.
Adieu, my lord. Sir Valentine is coming.
Sir Valentine, whither away so fast?
If it please your grace, there is a messenger of the state to bear my letters to my friends, and I'm going to deliver them.
Be they of much import?
The tenor of them does but signify my health and happy being at your court.
Why then? No matter. Stay with me a while. I am to break with thee of some affairs that touch me near, in which thou must be secret. It is not unknown to thee that I have sought to match my friend Sir Thurio to my daughter.
I know it well, my lord, and sure the match is rich and honourable.
Yes.
Besides, the gentleman is full of virtue, bounty, worth, and qualities beseeming such a wife as your fair daughter. Cannot your grace win her to fancy him?
She is peevish, sullen, froward, proud, stubborn, disobedient, lacking duty, neither regarding that she is my daughter, nor fearing me as if I were her father. I may say to thee, this pride of hers upon advice hath drawn my love from her, and where I thought the remnant of mine age should have been cherished by her childlike duty, I am now full resolved to take a wife, and turn her out to who will take her in, and let her beauty be her wedding dower, for me and my possessions she esteems not.
What would your grace have me to do in this?
There is a lady of Verona here whom I affect, but she is nice and coy, and naught esteems my aged eloquence. Now, therefore, would I have thee for my tutor, for long agone have I forgot to court. Besides, the fashion of the time has changed how and which way I should bestow myself to be regarded in her sun-bright eye.
Win her with gifts, if she respect not words. Damn jewels often in their silent kind, more than quick words to move a woman's mind.
But she did scorn a present that I sent her.
A woman sometimes scorns what best contents her. Send her another. Never give her all, for scorn at first makes after love the more. If she do frown, it is not in hate of you, but rather to beget more love in you. If she do chide, it's not to have you gone, for why the fools are mad if left alone. Take no repulse, whatever she doth say, for get you gone, she does not mean away. Flatter, commend, praise, extol their graces, though ne'er so black, say they have angels' faces. That man that has a tongue, I say, is no man if with a tongue he cannot win a woman.
But she, I say, is promised by her friends unto a youthful gentleman of worth, and kept severely from resort of men, that no man hath access by day to her.
Why then I would go to her by night.
Aye, but the doors be locked and keys kept safe, that no man hath recourse to her by night.
Well, what let the woman enter at her window?
No, her chamber is aloft, far from the ground, and built so shelving that one cannot climb it without apparent hazard to his life.
Why then? A ladder, quaintly made of cords, to cast up with a pair of anchoring hooks, would serve to scale another hero's tower so boldly Anna would adventure it.
As thou art a gentleman of blood, advise me where I may have such a ladder.
When would you use it? Pray, sir, tell me that.
Oh, this very night. For love is like a child that longs for everything that he can have.
By 7 o'clock I'll get you such a ladder.
Aha! I will go to her alone. How best shall I convey a ladder then?
It'll be light, my lord, that you may bear it under a cloak that is of any length.
Oh, a cloak as long as thine would serve the turn?
Aye, my good lord.
I pray thee, let me see thy cloak. I'll get me one of such another length.
Well, any cloak will serve the turn, my lord.
What should I fashion me to wear a cloak? I pray thee, let me see thy cloak upon me. Well, there is this same. What's here? It's a Sylvia. And here, an engine fit for my proceeding. I'll make so bold to break the seal for once. My thoughts do harbour with my Sylvia nightly, and slaves they are to me that send them flying. Oh, could their master come and go so lightly, himself would lodge where senseless they are lying. My herald thoughts in thy pure bosom rest them, for I their king that thither them importune, do curse the grace that with such grace hath blessed them, because myself do want my servants' fortune. I curse myself, for they are sent to me that they should harbour where their lord should be. What's here? Sylvia, this night I will enfranchise thee. 'Tis true. And here's the ladder for the purpose. Why, Phaeton, for thou art Merop's son. Dost thou aspire to guide the heavenly car, and with thy daring folly burn the world? Wilt thou reach stars because they shine on thee? Go, base intruder, overweening slave, bestow thy fawning smiles on equal mates, and think my patience more than thy desert is privilege for thy departure hence. Thank me for this, more than for all the favours that all too much I have bestowed on thee. But if thou linger in my territories longer than the swiftest expedition shall give thee time to leave my royal court, my wrath shall far exceed the love I ever bore my daughter or thyself.
No.
Begone! I will not hear thy vain excuse.
No. No.
But if thou lovest thy life, make speed from hence.
Why not death, rather than living torment? To die is to be banished from oneself. And Sylvia is myself. Banished from her is self from self, a deadly banishment. What light is light, if Sylvia be not seen? What joy is joy, if Sylvia be not by? Unless 'tis to think that she is by and feed upon the shadow of perfection. Unless I be by Sylvia in the night, there is no music in the nightingale. Unless I look on Sylvia in the day, there is no day for me to look upon.
she is my essence. And I leave to be, if not by her fair influence, fostered, illumined, cherished, kept alive. I fly not death to fly his deadly doom. Tarry I here but to wait on death. Fly I hence? I fly away from life.
Run, boy! Run! Run and seek him out!
Soho! Soho!
What's he, sir?
Him we seek to find. There's not a hair on's head, but 'tis Valentine.
Valentine?
No,
Who then? His spirit?
neither.
What then?
Nothing.
Can nothing speak? Oh, master, shall I strike?
Who was I strike?
Why, nothing.
Then I forbear.
I'll strike at nothing.
Sir, I say, forbear. Friend, Valentine, a word.
My ears are stopped and cannot hear good news, so bad it already has possessed them.
Then in dumb silence will I bury mine, for they are harsh, untunable, and bad.
Is Sylvia dead?
No, Valentine.
No, Valentine indeed, for sacred Sylvia. Has she forsworn me?
No, Valentine.
No, Valentine, if Sylvia has forsworn me. What is your news?
Sir, there is a proclamation that you are vanished.
That thou art banished. Oh, that's the news. From hence, from Sylvia, and from me, thy friend.
Oh, I have fed upon that news already, and now excess of it will make me surfeit. Does Sylvia know that I am banished?
Aye, and she hath offered to the doom which unreversed stands in effectual force, a sea of melting pearl which some call tears. Those at her father's churlish feet she tended, with them upon her knees her humble self, wringing her hands whose whiteness so became them as if but now they waxed pale for woe. But neither bended knees, pure hands held up, sad sighs, deep groans, nor silver shedding tears could penetrate her uncompassionate sire. But Valentine, if he be taken, must die.
No more!
Unless the next word that thou speakst has some malignant power upon my life. If so, I pray thee, breathe it in my ear as ending anthem as my endless dollar.
Cease to lament for that thou canst not help, and study help for that which thou lamentest. Time is the nurse, and breeder of all good. Here, if thou stay, thou canst not see thy love. Besides, thy staying will abridge thy life. Hope is a lover's staff. Walk hence with that and manage it against despairing thoughts. Thy letters may be here, though thou art hence, which, being writ to me, shall be delivered even in the milk-white bosom of thy love. The time now serves not to expostulate. Come, I'll convey thee to the city gate, and ere I part with thee, convey at large of all that may concern thy love affairs. As thou lovest Sylvia, will not thyself regard thy danger, and away with me!
I pray thee, lords, if thou seest my boy, bid him make haste to meet at the north gate.
Go, sir, seek him out. Come, Valentine.
Oh, gentle Sylvia. Hapless Valentine.
Though I am but a fool, yet I have wit enough to think that my master be a kind of a knave. But that's all one, as long as he be one knave. He does not live now that knows that I am in love. But 'tis true, but a team of horse will not pluck that from me, nor who it is I love. And yet, 'tis a woman. Ah, yes, a woman. But what woman, I will not even tell myself. And yet, 'tis a milkmaid. But yet, 'tis no maid, for she hath her gossips. And yet, 'tis a maid, for she is her master's maid, and serves for wages. Why, she hath more good qualities than a water spaniel, which is saying much in a bare Christian. I have here a catalogue of her condition. Imprimis, she can fetch and carry. Why, a horse can do so much. Nay, a horse cannot fetch, but only carry. And therefore is she better than a jade. Item, she can milk. Look you, it's a sweet virtue in a maid with clean hands.
How now, Senor Lawrence? What news with your mastership?
With my mastership? Why, it's all at sea.
Oh, well, your old vice still mistake the word. What news then in your paper?
Why, the blackest news that ever thou heardst.
Why, man, how black?
Why, as black as ink.
Let me read them.
File thee, jolthead, thou canst not read.
Thou liest, I can.
I will try thee. Tell me, who begot thee?
Ha! Marry, the son of my grandfather.
Thou illiterate loiterer, it was the son of thy grandmother.
Oh.
This proves thou canst not read.
Oh, come, fool, come, try me in thy paper.
Well, there, and St. Nicholas be thy speed.
Imprimis, she can milk.
Right, that she can.
Item, she can sew.
Well, that's as much as to say, can she so?
Item, she can knit.
What needs a man have a stock with a wench when she can knit him a stock, huh?
Item, she can wash and scour.
'Tis a goodly virtue, for then she need not be washed and scoured.
Item, she can spin.
Why, then may I set the world on wheels when she can spin for her living.
Item, she hath many nameless virtues.
Oh, that's as much as to say bastard virtues, which indeed know not their own fathers, and therefore have no names.
Here follow her vices.
Close on the heels of her virtues.
Item, she's not to be kissed fasting in respect of her breath.
Well, that fault may be mended soonest with a breakfast.
Item, she hath a sweet mouth.
Ah, well, that makes amends for her sour breath.
Item, she doth talk in her sleep.
That matters not, so long as she sleep not in her talk.
Item, she is slow in words.
Oh, thou villain that set us down among her vices! To be slow in words is a woman's only virtue. I pray thee, strike that out and put it down for her chief virtue.
Item, she is proud.
And you can strike that out as well, but that was Eve's legacy. Cannot be taken from her.
Item, she has no teeth.
I care not for that neither, for I love crusts.
Item! She's cursed.
Well, the best of that is she has no teeth to bite.
Item! She will often praise her liquor.
Ah, well, if her liquor be good, so she shall. And if she shall not, I will, for good things should be praised.
Item! She is too liberal.
Well, her words she may not be, for that is writ down she's slow of. Of her purse, she shall not, for that I'll keep shut. For the rest, well, that she may, but that cannot I help. Well, proceed.
Item. She hath more hair than wit, and more faults than hairs, and more wealth than faults.
Oh, there's a world in there. She was mine twice or thrice in that last article. Rehearse that once more.
She hath more hair than wit.
Maybe I'll prove that. The cover of the salt hides the salt, and therefore it is greater than the salt. The hair that covers the wit is greater than the wit, for the greater covers the less. Read on, read on.
And more faults than hairs.
Oh, that's monstrous. That is out. Out!
And more wealth than faults.
Why, that makes all the faults gracious. Why, if she be mine, it'd be a match. And as nothing is impossible.
What then?
Thy master stays for thee at the north gate.
For me.
I for thee, what art thou? He hath stayed for a better man than thee.
And must I go to him?
Thou must run to him,
Oh.
for you have stayed so long that going will scarce serve the turn.
Why did you not tell me sooner? Pot on your love letters.
Now will he be swinned soundly for reading of my letters. An unmannerly slave that will thrust himself into secrets. Well, I will after to rejoice in the boy's correction. Ah! Ladies, come, come. We go to see a boy swindged, to be corrected for his faults, and afterwards, ladies, well, oh, let us see.
Thurio, fear not but that she will love thee now that Valentine is banished from her sights.
Well, since his exile, she's despised me most. Forsworn my company, railed against me, that I'm desperate of obtaining her.
This weak impress of love is as a figure trenched in ice, with which an hour's heat dissolves to water, and doth lose his form. A little time will melt her frozen thoughts, and worthless Valentine shall be forgot. How now, Proteus? Is your countryman, according to our proclamation, gone?
Gone, my good lord.
My daughter takes his going grievously.
A little time, my lord, will kill that grief.
So I believe. But Thurio thinks not so. Proteus, the good conceit I hold of thee, for thou hast shown some sign of good desert, makes me the better to confer with thee.
Longer than I prove loyal to your grace, let me not live to look upon your grace.
Thou knowest how willingly I would effect the match between Sir Thurio and my daughter.
I do, my lord.
Also, thou art not ignorant how she opposes her against my will.
She did, my lord, when Valentine was here.
Aye, and perversely she persevers so. What might we do to make the girl forget her love of Valentine and love Sir Thurio?
The best way is to slander Valentine with falsehood, cowardice, and poor dissent. 3 things that women highly hold in hate.
Aye, but she'll think the words are spoken hate.
Aye, if his enemy deliver it. Therefore it must with circumstance be spoken by one whom she esteemeth as his friend.
Then you must undertake to slander him.
And that, my lord, I shall be loath to do. 'Tis an ill office for a gentleman, especially against his very friend.
Where your good words cannot advantage him, your slander never can endamage him. Therefore, the office is indifferent, being entreated to it by your friend.
You have prevailed, my lord. If I can do it by aught that I can speak in his dispraise, she shall not long continue love to him. But say this weed her love from Valentine, it follows not that she will love Sir Thurio.
Therefore, as you unwind her love from him, lest it should ravel me good to none, you must provide to bottom it on me. This must be done by praising me as much as you in your worth dispraise him.
And Proteus, we dare trust you in this kind, because we know on Valentine's report you are already love's firm votary, and cannot soon revolt or change your mind. Upon this warrant shall you have access where you with Sylvia may confer at large, for she is lumpish, heavy, melancholy. For her friend's sake will be glad of you to temper her with your persuasion to hate young Valentine and love Sir Thurio.
As much as I can do, I will effect. But you, Sir Thurio, are not sharp enough. You must lay line to tangle her desires by wailful sonnets, whose composed rhymes should be full verwrought with serviceable vows.
Aye, much is the force of heaven-bred poesy.
Say that upon the altar of her beauty you sacrifice your tears, your sighs, your heart. Right, till your ink be dry and with your tears moist it again, and frame some feeling line that may discover such integrity. For Orpheus's lute was strung with poet's sinews, whose golden touch could soften steel and stone. Make tigers tame, and huge leviathans forsake unsounded deeps to dance on sands. Sands. After your dire lamenting elegies, visit by night your lady's chamber window with some sweet consort. To their instruments tune a deploring dump. The night's dead silence will well become such sweet complaining griefs. This, or else nothing, will inherit her.
This discipline shows thou hast been in love.
And thy advice this night I'll put in practice. Therefore, sweet Proteus, my direction giver, let us into the city presently, there to sort some gentlemen well skilled in music. I have a sonnet that'll serve the turn to give the onset of thy good advice.
About it, gentlemen.
Oh, we'll wait upon your grace till after supper, and afterward determine our proceedings.
Even now, about it. I will pardon you.
Ye gods!
Fellows, stand fast. I see a passenger.
If there be 10 of them,
Shrink not, but down with them.
Stand, sir, and throw us that you have about ye. If not, we'll make you sit and rifle you.
So we are undone. These are the villains and all the travellers do fear so much.
My friends!
Oh, that's not so, sir. We are your enemies.
Peace! We'll hear him.
Aye, by my beard we will, for he's a proper man.
Then know that I've little wealth to lose. A man, I am crossed with adversity. My riches are these poor habiliments, which usually disfurbish me at the sum and substance that I have.
Whither travel ye?
To Verona.
Whence came you?
From Milan.
Have you long sojourned there?
Some 16 months, and longer would have stayed if crooked fortune had not thwarted me.
What, were you banished thence?
I was.
For what offence?
For that which now torments me to rehearse. I killed a man, whose death I much repent, yet I slew him manfully in fight, without false vantage or base treachery.
Why, ne'er repented if it was done so, but were you banished for so small a fault?
I was, and held me glad of such a doom.
Have you the tongues?
My youthful travel therein made me happy, or else I have been miserable.
By the bare scalp of Robin Hood's fat friar! This fellow were a king for our wild faction. We'll have him. Sirs, a word.
Master, be one of them. 'Tis an honourable kind of thievery.
Peace, villain.
Tell us this. Have you anything to take to?
Nothing but my fortune.
Know then that some of us are gentlemen, such as the fury of ungoverned youth, thrust from the company of awful men. Myself was from Verona banished for practising to steal away a lady, an heir, and near allied unto the Duke.
And I, from Mantua, were a gentleman in my mood, I did stab unto the heart.
And I for such like petty crimes as these. But to the purpose, for we cite our faults that they may hold excused our lawless lives. And partly, seeing you are beautified with goodly shape, and by your own report a leaderist, and a man of such perfection as we do in our quality much want.
Indeed, because you are a banished man, above all others, we parley to you. Will you consent to be our general, to make virtue of necessity, and live as we do, in this wilderness?
What sayest thou? Wilt thou be of our consort? Say aye, and be the captain of us all. We'll do thee homage, and be ruled by thee. Love thee as our commander, and our king. But if thou scorn our courtesy, thou diest.
Aye. Thou shalt not live to brag what we have offered.
I will accept your offer, and I will live with you, as long as you do no outrages to silly women or poor passengers.
No, we detest such vile base practices. Come, go with us. We'll bring thee to our cruise and show thee all the treasure that we've got, which with ourselves all rest behind his throne.
Already have I been false to Valentine, and now I must be as unjust to Thurio. Under the colour of commending him, I have access mine own love to prefer. But Sylvia is too fair, too true, too wholly to be corrupted by my worthless gifts. When I protest true loyalty to her, she twits me with my falsehood to my friend. When to her beauty I commend my vows, she bids me think how I have been forsworn in breaking faith with Julia, whom I loved. And notwithstanding all her sudden quips, the least whereof would quell a lover's hope, yet, spaniel-like, the more she spurns my love, the more it grows and fawneth on her still. Ah, but here comes Thurio. Now must we to her window and give some evening music to her ear.
How now, Sir Proteus? Are you quept before us?
Aye, gentle Thurio, for you know that love will creep in service where it cannot go.
Aye, sir, but I hope that you love not here.
Sir, but I do. Or else I would be hence.
Who, Sylvia?
Aye, Sylvia. For your sake. For your sake!
I thought you... Oh, I thank you for your own. Very good, very good. Now, gentlemen, let's tune, shall we, and twit lustily like.
No, my young guest. Methinks you're melancholy. I pray you, why is it?
Marry, mine host, because I cannot be merry.
Come, we'll have you merry. I shall bring you where you'll hear music, and see the gentleman that you asked for.
But shall I hear him speak?
Why, that you shall.
That will be music.
Hark, hark.
Is he among these?
Aye, but peace, let's hear him.
Who is Sylvia? What is she?
That all our strains commend her. Holy, fair, and wise is she, the hem such grace did lend her, that she might admire it be. Is she kind as she is fair? For beauty lives with kindness. Love doth to her eyes repair, to help him of his blindness, and being helped inhabits there. Then to Sylvia let us sing, that Sylvia is excelling. She excels each mortal thing upon the dull dwelling. To her let us garlands bring.
To her let us garlands bring.
How now? Are you sadder than you were before? How do you, man? The music likes you not.
Oh, you mistake. The musician likes me not.
Why, my pretty youth?
He plays false, father.
How? Out of tune on the strings?
Not so. But yet so false he grieves my very heartstrings.
You have a quick ear.
Aye. I would deaf, it makes me have a slow heart.
I perceive you delight not in music.
Not a whit when it jars so.
Hark! What fine changes in the music!
Aye, the change is the spite.
You would always have them play but one thing?
I would always have one play but one thing. Tell me, host, doth this Sir Proteus we talk on often resort unto this gentlewoman?
I tell you what Launce's man told me. He loved her out of all nick.
Where is Launce?
Gone to seek his dog, which tomorrow, by his master's command, he must carry for a present to his lady.
Oh, please stand aside, the company parts!
Oh, Sir Thurio, be not you. I will so plead that you shall say my cunning drift excelled.
Oh, right. Where meet we?
At St. Gregory's Well.
Gregory's Well. Well, farewell, 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 farewell.
Madam, Good even to your ladyship.
I thank you for your music. Who is that spake?
One lady, if you knew his pure heart's truth, you'd quickly learn to know him by his voice.
Sir Proteus, as I take it.
Sir Proteus, gentle lady, and your servant.
What's your will?
That I may compass yours.
You have your wish. My will is even this, that presently you hie you home to bed. Thou subtle, perjured, false, disloyal man. Thinkest thou I am so shallow, so conceitless to be seduced by thy flattery, that has deceived so many with thy vows? Return, return, and make thy love amends. For me, by this pale queen of night, I swear I am so far from granting thy request that I do despise thee for thy wrongful suit, and by intend to chide myself even for this time I spend in talking to thee.
I grant, sweet love, that I did love a lady, but she is dead.
'Twere false if I should speak it, for I'm sure she's not fair yet.
Say that she be. Yet Valentine, thy friend, survives, to whom thyself art witness. I am betrothed, and art thou not ashamed to wrong him with thy importunacy?
I likewise hear that Valentine is dead.
And so suppose am I, for in his grave assure thyself my love is buried.
Oh, sweet lady, let me rake it from the earth.
Go to thy lady's grave and call hers thence, or at the very least in hers sepulchre thine.
He heard not that.
Oh, madam, madam, if your heart be so obdurate, vouchsafe me yet your picture for my love. The picture that is hanging in your chamber, to that I'll speak. To that I'll sigh and weep. For since the substance of your perfect self is else devoted, I am but a shadow, and to your shadow will I make true love.
'Twere a substance, you would sure deceive it, and make it but a shadow as I am.
I am very loath to be your idol, sir. But since your falsehood shall become you well to worship shadows and adore false shapes, send to me in the morning, and I'll send it. So good rest.
As wretches have o'ernight that wait execution in the morn.
Host! Host! Host, will it please you go?
By my halidom, I was fast asleep.
Host, I pray you, where lies Sir Proteus?
Marry, at my house. Trust me. I think 'tis almost day.
Not so, but it hath been the longest night that ever I have witnessed, and the most heaviest.
This is the hour that Madam Sylvia entreated me to call and know her mind. There's some great matter she'd employ me in.
Madam!
Madam!
Who calls?
Your servant and your friend. One that attends your ladyship's command.
Sir Eglamour. 1,000 times good morrow.
As many, worthy lady, to yourself, according to your ladyship's impose. I am thus early, come to know what service it is your pleasure to command me in.
Sir Eglamour, thou art a gentleman. Think not I flatter, for I swear I do not. Valiant, wise, remorseful, well accomplished. Thou art not ignorant what dear goodwill I bear unto the banished Valentine, nor how my father would enforce me marry vain Thurio, whom my very soul abhors. Thyself has loved, and I have heard thee say, no grief did ever come so near thy heart as when thy lady and thy true love died, upon whose grave thou vowedst pure chastity. Oh, Eglamour, I would to Valentine, to Mantua, where I hear he makes abode. And for the ways are dangerous to pass, I do desire thy worthy company, upon whose faith and honour I repose. Urge not my father's anger, Eglamour, but think upon my grief, a lady's grief, and on the justice of my flying hence, to keep me from a most unholy match, which heaven and fortune still rewards with plagues. I do desire thee, even from a heart as full of sorrow as a sea of sands, to bear me company and go with me. If not, to hide what I have said to thee, that I may venture to depart alone.
Madam, I pity much your grievances, which, since I know they are virtuously placed, I give consent to go along with you, recking as little what betideth me, as much I wish all good befortune you. When will you go?
This evening coming.
Where shall I meet you?
At Fry Patrick's cell, where I intend holy confession.
I will not fail your ladyship. Good morrow, gentle lady.
Good morrow, kind Sir Eglamour.
When a man's servant shall play the cur with him, look you, it goes hard. One that I brought up from a puppy. One that I saved from drowning when 3 or 4 of his blind brothers and sisters went to it. I have taught him, even as one would say precisely, thus I would teach a dog. I was sent to take him to Mistress Sylvia as a present from my master, but I came no sooner into her dining chamber than he steps me to her trencher and steals her capon's leg. 'Tis a foul thing when a dog cannot keep himself in all company. I would rather have, as they say, one that were a dog indeed, one that were a dog in all things. If I had not had more wit than he, to take a fault upon myself than he did, I think verily he would have been hanged for it. Sure as I stand here, he would suffer from it. Nay, you shall judge. He thrust himself into the company of 3 or 4 gentleman-like dogs under the Duke's table. But he had not been there, bless the mark, a pissing while, but the whole chamber smelt him. Out with the dog, cries one. Whip out that cur, says a third. What his dog is that, says the other. Hang him up, says the Duke. I, having been acquainted with the smell before, knew it was crab. So I goes me to the fellow that whips the dog. Friend, quoth I, he knew to whip the dog. Aye, marry, quoth I, said I. Friend, I said, you do him the more wrong. 'Twas I did the thing you wot of. He makes me no more ado, but whips me soundly out of the chamber. I ask thee, what master would do so much for his servant? I tell you, I'll be sworn I have stood in the stocks for geese he hath killed, otherwise he'd been hanged. I've stood in the pillory for puddings he hath stolen, otherwise he hath suffered from it. You think not of this now, No. I remember the trick thou serves upon me, as we took our leave of Mistress Sylvia. Did I not bid thee mark me and do as I do? And when did thou see me heave up my leg and make water against a gentlewoman's farthingale? When didst thou see me do such a trick? Eh?
Sebastian is thy name, eh? I like thee well, and will employ thee in some service presently.
In what you please, I will do what I can.
I hope thou wilt. How now, you whoreson peasant? Where have you been these 2 days loitering?
Oh, marry, sir, I took Mistress Sylvia the dog, as you bade me.
Ah, and what said she to my little jewel?
Sir, she says that your dog is a cur, and says that currish thanks is good enough for such a present.
But she received my dog.
Oh, no, sir, therefore have I brought him again.
What? Didst thou give her this from me?
Why, sir, the squirrel you gave me was stolen by the hangman boys in the marketplace. And so I did give her mine own dog, which is a dog as big as any 10 of yours, and therefore the gift the greater.
Go. Get thee hence and find my dog again, or ne'er again return into my sight! Away, I say! There's that affects me here! A slave that still an end turns me to shame. Sebastian, I have entertained thee, partly that I have need of such a youth, who can with some discretion do my business. It is no trusting to yon foolish lad, but chiefly for thy face, and thy behaviour, which, if my augury deceive me not, witness good bringing up, fortune and truth. Therefore know thou, for this I entertain thee. Go presently. Take this ring with thee. Deliver it to Madame Sylvia. She loved me well, delivered it to me.
Seemed you love not her to leave her token. She dead, belike?
Not so, I think she lives.
Alas!
Why dost thou cry alas?
Because I cannot choose but to pity her.
Wherefore shouldst thou pity her?
Because methinks that she loved you as well as you do love your Lady Sylvia. She dreams on him that has forgot her love, and you dote on her that cares not for your love. 'Tis a pity that love should be so contrary, and thinking on it makes me cry alas.
Well, give her that ring, and there with all this letter. That's her chamber. And tell my lady I claim the promise for her heavenly picture. Your message done, hie home unto my chamber, where thou shalt find me sad and solitary.
How many women would do such a message? Alas, poor Proteus, thou hast entertained a fox to be the shepherd of thy lambs. Alas, poor fool. Why do I pity him, that with his very heart despiseth me? Because he loves her, he despiseth me. Because I love him, I must pity him. This ring I gave him when he parted from me, to bind him, to remember my goodwill. And now am I unhappy messenger, to carry that which I would not obtain, to plead for that which I would have refused, to praise his faith, which I would have dispraised. I am my master's true confirmed love, but yet cannot be true servant to my master, unless I prove false traitor to myself. Yet will I woo for him, but yet so coldly, as heaven it knows I would not have him speak. Gentlewoman, good day. I pray you be my mean to bring me where to speak with Madame Sylvia.
What would you with her, that I be she?
If you be she, I do entreat your patience to hear me speak the message I am sent on.
From whom?
My master, Sir Proteus, madam.
Oh, he sends you for a picture.
Aye, madam.
Ursula, bring my picture there. Go, give your master this. Tell him from me, one Julia who his changing thoughts forget, would better fit his chamber than this shadow.
Madam, please you peruse this letter. Oh, pardon, I have unadvised. Delivered you a letter I should have not. This is the letter to your ladyship.
I pray thee, let me look on that again.
It may not be, good madam. Pardon me.
There, hold! I will not look upon your master's lines. I know they are stuffed full of protestations and new-found oaths, which he will break as easily as I do tear his paper.
Madam, he sent your ladyship this ring.
More shame for him that he sends it me. For I have heard him say 1,000 times, his Julia gave it him at his departure. Though his false finger hath profaned the ring, mine shall not do his Julia so much wrong.
She thanks you.
What sayest thou?
I thank you, madam, that you tend to her. Poor gentlewoman, my master wrongs her much.
Dost thou know her?
Almost as well as I know myself.
Belike she thinks that Proteus has forsook her.
I think she doth, and that's the cause of her sorrow.
She not passing fair?
She hath been fairer, madam, than she is, when she thought my master loved her well. But since she hath neglected her looking glass and thrown her Salic-spag mask away, the air starved the roses from her cheeks and pinched the lily tincture of her face. And now she has become as black as I.
How tall was she?
About my height. For at Pentecost, when all of our pageants of delight were played, our youth got me to play the lady's role, and I was trimmed in Madame Julia's gown, which served me as fit by all men's judgments, as if the gown had been made for me. Therefore, I know she is about my height. And at that time, I made her weep a good, for I did play a lamentable part. Madam, 'twas Ariadne passioning for Theseus' perjury and unjust flight, which I so lively acted with my tears. And my poor mistress, moved therewithal, wept bitterly. And would I might be dead if I in thought felt not her very sorrow.
She is beholding to thee, gentle youth. Alas, poor lady, desolate and left. I weep myself to think upon thy words. Here, youth, here is my purse. I give thee this for thy sweet mistress's sake, because thou lovest her. Farewell.
And she shall thank you for it if ever you knew her. Mild gentlewoman, virtuous and beautiful. I hope my master's suit will be but cold, since she respects my mistress' love so much. Alas, how love can trifle with itself. Here is her picture. Let me see. If I had such attire, this face of mine were as full as lovely as this of hers. And yet the painter flattered her a little. Unless I flatter with myself too much. Her hair is auburn. Mine is perfect yellow. Why, if that be all the difference in his love, I'll get me such a coloured periwig. Her eyes are grey as glass, and so are mine. Aye, but her forehead is low, and mine is high. What should it be that respects in her, but cannot make respective in myself? This fond love were not a blinded God. Come, shadow, come, and take the shadow up, for 'tis thy rival. O thou senseless form, thou shalt be worshipped, kissed, loved, and adored. And were there sense in his idolatry, my substance should be statue in thy stead. But I will use thee kindly for thy mistress' sake that used me so. Or else, by Jove, I vow, I should have scratched out your unseeing eyes to make my master out of love with thee.
The sun begins to gild the western sky, and now 'tis about the very hour that Sylvia at Friar Patrick's cell should meet me. She will not fail, for lovers break not hours, lest it be to come before their time. So much they spur their expedition. See where she comes. Lady, a happy evening.
Amen, amen. Go on, good Eglamour, out at the postern by the abbey wall. I fear I am attended by some spies.
Fear not, the forest is not 3 leagues off. If we recover that, we're sure enough.
Sir Brutus! What says Sylvia to my suit?
Oh, I find her milder than she was. And yet, she takes exception at your person.
Oh. That my leg is too long?
No! That it is too small.
Well, I shall wear a boot to make it somewhat rounder.
But love will not be spared to one it loathes.
What says she to my face?
Oh, that it is a, fair one.
Well, then she lies. My face is dark, yes.
But pearls are fair. And the old saying is, black men are pearls in beauteous ladies' eyes.
'Tis true, such pearls are put out ladies' eyes, for I would rather wink than look on them.
Now, how likes she my discourse?
She says ill when you speak of war.
Oh. But well when I talk of love and peace?
Better indeed when you hold your peace.
What says she to my valour?
Oh, sir, she makes no doubt of that.
She need not when she knows it's cowardice.
Considers she my birth?
And that you are well derived?
True. From a gentleman to a fool.
Considers she my possessions?
Oh, aye. And, pities them.
Pities them? Wherefore?
That such an ass should owe them.
That they are out by lease.
Here comes the Duke.
Now, Sir Proteus, how do you? Which of you saw Sir Eglamour of late?
Well, not I.
Nor I.
Saw you my daughter?
Neither.
Why, then she's fled unto that peasant Valentine, and Eglamour is in her company. 'Tis true, for Friar Lawrence saw them both as he in penance wandered through the forest. Him he knew well, and guessed that it was she, but being masked he was not sure. Besides, she did intend confession at Patrick's cell this evening, and there she was not. These likelihoods confirm her flight from hence. Therefore, stand you not to discourse, but mount you presently, and meet with me upon the rising of the mountain foot that leads towards Mantua, whither they are fled. Dispatch, sweet gentlemen, and follow me!
Well, this it is to be a peevish girl. Flies her fortune when it follows her. Well, I'll after. But more to be revenged on Eglamour than the love of reckless Sylvia.
And I will follow. More for Sylvia's love than hate of Eglamour that goes with her.
And I will follow. More to cross that love than hate for Sylvia, which is gone for love.
Come, be patient. Let's bring you to our captain.
Oh, 1,000 more mischances than this one have learned me how to brook this patiently.
Come, bring her away.
Well, where is the gentleman that was with her?
Being nimble-footed, he hath outrun us. But Moises and Valerius follow him. Go there with her to the west end of the wood. There is our captain. We'll follow him that's fled. The thicket is beset. He cannot escape.
Come, I must bring you to our captain. Fear not, he bears an honourable mind and will not treat a woman lawlessly.
Oh, Valentine, this I endure for thee.
How used has been a habit in a man, this shadowy desert, unfrequented woods, are better brook than flourishing people towns. Here I can sit alone, unseen of any, and and to the nightingale's complaining notes, tune my distresses and record my woes. O thou that doesn't habit in my breast, leave not the mansion so long tenantless, that growing ruinous the building fall, and leave no memory of what it was. Repair me with thy presence, Sylvia, thy gentle nymph. Cherish this forlorn swain. Come this way, I see now! What hallowing and what stir is this today? These are my mates that make their will their law, and have some unhappy passenger in chase. They love me well, but I have much to do to stop them from uncivil outrages. Withdraw thee, Valentine. Who's this comes here?
Madam, this service I have done for you. They respect not aught your servant does, to hazard life, and rescue you from him that would have forced your honour, and your love. Oh, vouchsafe me for my need but one fair look. A smaller boon than this I cannot beg, and less than this I am sure you cannot give.
How like a dream this is I see and hear. Love, give me patience to forbear a while.
Oh, miserable, unhappy that I am!
Unhappy were you, madam, ere I came, but by my coming have I made you happy.
Oh, by thy approach thou makest me most unhappy. Oh, had I been seized by a hungry lion, I would have been a breakfast to the beast, rather than have false Proteus rescue me. Oh, heaven be judge how I love Valentine, whose life's as tender to me as mine own, and full as much for more there cannot be. I do detest false, perjured Proteus. Therefore be gone, solicit me no more.
What dangerous action stood it next to death would I not undergo for one calm look? Oh, 'tis the curse in love and still approved, where women cannot love where they're beloved.
Oh, when Proteus cannot love where he's beloved, read over Julia's heart, thy first best love, for whose dear sake thou didst then rend thy faith into 1,000 oaths, and all those oaths descended into perjury to love me. Thou hast no faith left now, unless thou'dst two. That's far worse than none. Better have none than plural faith, which is too much by one, thy counterfeit to thy true friend.
In love, who respects friend?
All men but Proteus.
Nah. If the gentle spirit of moving words cannot change you to a milder form, I'll woo you like a soldier, at arm's end, and love you against the nature of love. Force ye! I'll force ye yield to my desire!
Ruffian! Let go that uncivil touch!
Valentine!
Thou friend of an ill fashion! Thou common friend, that without faith or love, for such as a friend now, treacherous man, thou hast beguiled my hopes. Naught but mine eyes could have persuaded me. Now I dare not say I have one friend alive. Thou wouldst disprove me. Who should be trusted when one's right hand is perjured to the bosom? Proteus, I must never trust thee more, but count the world a stranger for thy sake. The private wound is deepest. O love most accursed, that amongst all foes that a friend should be the worst.
My shame and guilt confounds me. Oh, forgive me, Valentine! If hearty sorrow be a sufficient ransom for offence, I tender it here. I do as truly suffer as ere I did commit.
Then I am paid. And once again I do receive thee honest. For who by repentance is not satisfied is neither of heaven nor earth, for these are pleased. By penitence eternal wrath's appeased. And that my love may appear plain and free. All that is mine in Sylvia, I give thee.
Oh, me! Unhappy!
Look to the boy. Why, boy? Why, wag? What's the matter? Look up, speak.
Oh, good sir, my master charged me deliver a ring to Madam Sylvia, which out of my neglect was never done.
Where is that ring, boy?
Here it is. This is it.
Ah, let me see. Why, this is the ring I gave to Julia.
Oh! Pray you mercy, sir, I've mistook. This is the ring you sent to Madam Sylvia.
But how camest thou by this ring? At my depart, I gave it unto Julia.
And Julia herself did give it to me. And Julia herself hath brought it hither.
How? Julia?
Behold her that gave in to all thy oaths, and entertained them deeply in her heart. How oft hast thou of perjury cleft the root? Proteus, let this habit make thee blush. Be thou ashamed that I have taken upon me such an immodest raiment. If shame live in a disguise of love, 'tis the lesser blot modesty finds. Women to change their shape, then men their minds.
Than men their minds. 'Tis true. O heaven, were man but constant, he were perfect. That one error fills him with faults, makes him run through all the sins. Inconstancy falls off ere it begins. What is in Sylvia's face that I may spy? More fresh in Julia's, with a constant eye.
Come, come. A hand from either. Let me be blessed to make this happy close. 'Twere pity two such friends should be long foes.
Thou witness, heaven, I have my wish forever.
And I mine.
Forbear, I say! 'Tis my lord, the Duke. Your grace is welcome to a man disgraced. Banish it, Valentine.
Sir Valentine.
Yonder is Sylvia. Sylvia's mine.
Muriel, stand back, or else embrace thy death. Come not within the measure of my wrath. Do not name Sylvia thine, if once again Verona shall hold thee. There she stands. Take but possession of her with a touch. I dare thee but to breathe upon my love.
Well, I care not for her eye. I hold him but a fool that would endanger his body for a girl that loves him not. Therefore, I claim her not. She is thine.
The more degenerate and base art thou, to make such means for her as thou hast done, and leave her on such slight condition. Now, by the honour of my ancestry, I do applaud thy spirit, Valentine, and think thee worthy of an empress love. Know then, I now forget all former griefs, cancel all grudge, repeal thee home again, and plead a new state in thy unrivalled merit, to which I thus subscribe. Sir Valentine, thou art a gentleman, and well derived. Take thou thy Sylvia, for thou hast deserved.
I thank your grace. The gift has made me happy. I now beseech you for your daughter's sake to grant one boon that I shall ask of you.
Granted for thine own, whate'er it be.
These banished men that I have kept withal are men endued with worthy qualities. Forgive them what they have committed here, and let them be recalled from their exile. They are reformed, civil, full of good, and fit for great employment, worthy lord.
Thou hast prevailed. I pardon them and thee. Dispose of them as thou knowest their deserts. Come! Let us go! We will include all jars in triumph, mirth, and rare solemnity.
And as we walk along, I dare be bold with our discourse to make your grace to smile. What think you of this page, my lord?
The boy hath grace in him, he blushes.
I warrant you, my lord, more grace than boy.
What mean you by that saying?
If it please you, I would tell you as we pass along that you will wonder what has fortuned. Come, Proteus, it is your penance but to hear the story of your loves discovered. That done, our day of marriage shall be yours. One feast, one house, one mutual happiness.
Ha 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 ha!